I'm going to attempt to cross the bridge. A little muddy. We survived that. Okay, the bridge is still in pretty good shape. Some more leaks. Leaks everywhere right now this time of year. This is one of the Grand Boys campsites. They were out here last weekend before last. They got a little cleaning up to do, but overall they've kept it nice. Okay, we're entering the second campsite. This is where the younger grandsons like to camp out. They've done a lot of work here. They're building a lean-to. They got a brick to their fire pit. They built a cabin. They got a dining table. Looks like they do have tarp here. A little trashy, but not too bad. I've seen it worse. I just tell them to pick it up, they'll pick it up. You know, at least for somebody. Roofing. Get this pretty decent. They got a heater, saws, hammers, TP dispenser. Got a floor in it. Got a little water in here. But got a pencil sharpener, for goodness sakes. What they're writing about. Okay. The yellow post marks the northeast corner of my property. Either side of this, that way, which is north, and that way, which is east, is managed by the Indiana Department of Natural Resources and owned by the United States Army Corps of Engineers. Those are my neighbors. Hard to see. There's a little game trail right here in front of me. I'm on it. And there's an intersection right there of another game trail. One going that way and one going that way. That right there is sanguinaria, also known as bloodroot. The Indians used it for dental problems, and so did Colgate for a while. Okay, across this ravine is a hill, and then you follow the ravine this way. It curves around to the right, and there's a river. You go over this hill, and it's a river. I would say, as the crow flies, we're 250 yards. Now that, right there, that's wild ginger. See how it looks like a heart? See that? Over here, there's another trail right there, going up the hill. Going downhill. Okay. There's a heavily used trail going up. Okay, I think this is bloodroot. And you can kind of see stem turning red as you go down to the root. Not heart-shaped. Heart-shaped is wild ginger. And this is the first glimpse of the river I get from the path I chose to take today. So we'll go over this hill and see what the river looks like on the other side. And this is above the Mississippi River up on a hill behind the house. Some of you will recognize that area on the other side of the river. It's up just a little bit from the last couple of days of rain, got a little color to it this time of year. I welcome that. It will spur the spawning migration of the fish that are in the river, which has already started. And it's going to be pretty cool next week, but not too cold. So after today and tomorrow, where it's going to get down to near freezing, it should be pretty decent. We'll give it a try fishing. Haven't found any mushrooms yet. I don't see any fishing rods in their hands. But I do have a funny story to tell about this spot. Back right after we moved here, right here, where this tree, there was another tree laying in the water, my brother and I. Guy fishing there. My brother and I came down here and caught a lot of crappie. It was March 4th and it was snowing. So the next day I came down here with Sandy and the girls and my father-in-law. When we got close to this spot, Sandy came running because she knew from my description where the spot was, and she got right here. And I was probably back in there somewhere where that log's laying down, walking my way this way to the river. By the time I got here, she had 3 or 4 crappie laying here on the dirt for me to string her up. And one of the kids had got down there on this little bitty ledge. Right there. Had gotten Sandra's way, and Sandra derricked her up here and said, "This is my spot." And she caught more fish than anybody that day. You know, these guys are fishing. I believe the boys came down here and camped right on this spit of land. I think they kayaked down here. Pull the kayaks in up there. I don't know where they set up tents or nothing, of course. I think they were in hammocks, so they like to sleep in hammocks. Ooh. Now this, yep, this is stinging nettle. I knew this was edible this time of year. Very good. Got to get it when it's young, though. If you don't, it'll get you. You can see the little stinging hairs on the back of the leaves. Those will get you. Bring the grandboys down here when they were real small and walk them out here on these rocks and throw rocks. Looks like we got a goose. I got one of those leaves that's a little too old. I got stung on the tongue. There's the guy way down there. Looks like he's in a kayak. So, even though it's awfully cold, there's guys out here trying. I think I'd wait a couple days. You gotta go when you can go when you're off work. Looks like the wind got somebody's deer stand. Bent it over. Must have been here for a while too, it's all grown over. I bet the boys will get that if I tell them about it. Found some mushrooms. Right there. Right there. Go slow. Yeah, too. Right there. Early season. 3. I saw a few more up here. I'm just kind of expanding my range. There's one right there. See it? Four. I'm gonna be happy already, and I know there's a few more here. Back up. There's one. Right there. See it? Five. There's one. Right there. See it? Six. There's one. Right. Let's see. There. Nice one. 7. I'm not going to get a lot of them here, but we're going to get a meal. My wife was down here. I'm sure she would have found more. She's got a good eye for this. Okay, I wanted to show you this one right here. Where is it? Right there, this little black mushroom. Right here, I'll have to look it up, the name. Okay, we're out. And I did find one more, and it was not a black, it was a gray. And these are called morels, and they're very good eating. My hat raked off. Sponges is another name they go by. They come in 3 color stages, and stages change as the spring season goes along. They start out, earliest ones you're going to see are their spikes. When we learned about this from the neighbor lady, she called them peckerheads, so now you know what to look for. And they have a black tip, and then gray morels, that's what you saw, or black morels, I'm sorry, and that's what you saw me picking. And then grays, and grays tend to run anywhere from a brown color to a gray color. And then there's yellow, and the yellows are the latest. We usually find them around here in early to mid-May, and then it gets too hot and the season is over till the next spring. And the yellows around here grow the largest, sometimes a foot long, usually 6 inches they'll grow up to a foot long and big around as a 12-inch softball. So get back to the house. We'll dump these out and count them. I think there's 8. Enough for a meal. I'm not no pro, and I don't have the best spots, but I can get enough for a meal. That was fun.